It is my pleasure to welcome you to this auspicious event in celebration of Nigeria's 58th independence anniversary, a day set aside annually to celebrate our hard-earned independence, honor our national heroes, take stock of how far we have come as a nation, and forge a way forward. The dinner and gala night draws the curtain on a series of week-long activities that were put together to mark this anniversary. You would agree with me that we have not had this elaborate celebration since 2010, as we have had in the past 1 week. Beginning with the photo exhibition, on Friday, we had a lecture in the National Mosque and the Jumat Mosque prayer. And later in the evening, there was a cultural night. And on Saturday, we had a get-together for kids from the IDP camps in and around Abuja. Then later that evening, we had a grand gathering of over 3,000 to 4,000 youth in the city of Abuja. Sunday, we had the interdenominational service at the National Christian Center. The anniversary parade, the best so far in recent history, and this evening we are drawing the curtain. Nigeria is blessed with diverse human and material and natural resources, but we need to continue to skillfully harness these resources to develop and build the nation of our dream. That is what informed the theme for this year's celebration: harnessing our diversity for national development. Nigeria is a country of diverse ethnicities, cultures, and other affiliations. We must continually work together to remain one indivisible, indissoluble people and nation. Like I've always said at various fora, it is our diversity that defines our uniqueness. The government of President Muhammadu Buhari has made great strides in the implementation of its change agenda since taking over office in 2015 in areas of diversifying the Nigerian economy while leveraging on science, technology, and agriculture, encouraging export and reducing dependence on foreign goods, fighting corruption and insurgency, introduction of social safety nets for the vulnerable, and the introduction of youth empowerment programs, all in its efforts to reduce youth unemployment. This government is resolute in its resolve to pursue vigorously its programs in order to transform this country, provide the enablers to ensure that Nigerians achieve their dreams and live life abundantly. It was on the strength of its agenda that the Nigerian people overwhelmingly voted this government into power. The government, on its part, is ever aware of this and is determined to reform this country for the good of all Nigerians.
And it is a honor and privilege for me to stand in the name of the diplomatic corps accredited to the Federal Republic of Nigeria to rejoice and celebrate with the Nigerian people at this occasion of the 58th anniversary of independence. We are really proud to be part of this event, especially as we have witnessed these couple of years the achievements of the Nigerian government in order to improve the living standard of the people, thanks to the energetic fight against corruption in the country. We are also here to praise a great African, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Africa has designated as champion for the fight against corruption in Africa. As a goodwill message, we have no better message from the international community accredited to Nigeria than to wish the Nigerian people peace, unity, and progress.
8 years ago, we had an incident that shook this city, that affected our ability to do this kind of gathering for 8 years. So what today signifies is that Abuja has come back to what it used to be known as, that is a safe city, a safe environment, and a city of unity.
The General Superintendent of the Deeper Life Bible Church, Pastor W.F. Kumuyi, and his dear wife, Pastor Mrs. Esther Kumuyi, and other religious leaders who are present here, all traditional leaders present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely pleased to be here to join you all at this special anniversary dinner. I also must thank you all very much for honoring our invitation to be here to celebrate our country, especially on this anniversary of our independence, the 58th anniversary of our independence. I am 61 years old this year, and most of those 6 decades I have lived here in this country, here in Nigeria. So I think I can say that I know Nigeria quite well. A few years ago, a poll reported in the British Independent newspaper declared us the happiest people on earth. The same poll said that we were amongst the most optimistic people on earth, despite everything that we've experienced as a nation. I agree with both assessments. In other words, that we're possibly one of the happiest in the world. But I must also add that we are by far the most humorous people on the face of the earth. Well, if you don't agree with me, because I see from your unenthusiastic clapping that you may not so agree, but I can tell you so many reasons why we are the most humorous. A few months ago, an important Nigerian politician who was on his way to a trial in a court said that he was abducted. And after he escaped from his abductors, he remained hiding on a tree for 11 hours. Now, the most interesting part of that story is that many people online, in particular on the internet, started to tell different stories of different birds and how long those birds could remain perched on a tree. All these were the Nigerian contributions to that story. Yet another very important politician insists and still insists that the most important attribute for leadership is dancing. And boy, could he dance. And for those who think that that is ridiculous, at least 200,000 people voted for him in a particular election. When I served as Attorney General, as advisor to the Attorney General of the Federation between 1987 and 1992, I had a driver who was always broke, but he was so optimistic. He had 14 children, while I, his boss, had only one at that time, had only one child. And I asked him, why do you just keep having so many children? Of course, he had more than one wife. He said to me in Yoruba, I won't repeat it to you, I'll just tell you what he said. He said, I don't know which of them can become president of Nigeria. So the more I have, the better my chances. How optimistic can you be? Only a Nigerian can be that optimistic. Only a Nigerian. Wherever we're from, whatever part of this great country we're from, whether we're from the north, the south, southeast, wherever, we have the same DNA, the same DNA. We love our country, and this may not always be obvious, but you try insulting Nigeria if you're a foreigner, and you will see how fierce and angry our reaction can be. A Nigerian can say the same thing. The same thing, but if you're a foreigner, don't try. We love our food, we love our clothes, we love our merrymaking, we love to be successful, we love success, we are resilient, we're fair-minded. Nigerians always fight for the underdog. We believe in justice and the rule of law, even though our system can do much better. But we are by far one of the smartest and perhaps the most talented people on earth. And I don't say that lightly. In the US, Nigerians are the most educated ethnic group, the most educated ethnic group. Not one of the most educated, but the most educated ethnic group. 60% of Nigerians who live in America, we are told, have college degrees, 60%. This is above the American average of 30%. So 60% of Nigerians who live there. And Nigerians are one of the highest income earners, even there in America. And I choose America just as one example. 25% more than the median income. Nigerians earn 25% more than the median income. The world's fastest supercomputer was designed by a world-renowned inventor, Philip Emeagwali, a full-blown Nigerian. This means that Nigeria has the patent for the world's fastest computer. That's in Nigeria. The wealthiest black African is Nigerian. Isn't that a good thing? We're also told that the wealthiest black woman in the world is also a Nigerian, right? And who knows who the next wealthiest African will be here, or the next wealthiest African. A Nigerian family, the Mafidons. I don't know whether you ever heard of the Mafidons. They live in the UK. They've been officially declared the smartest family in that country, the smartest. A family of about 6 children who have excelled in their academics in incredible ways. The designer of that famous car, the Chevrolet Volt, is a guy called Jelani Aliyu. He now works for the Nigerian government. Super talented Nigerian from Sokoto State. And for those who think that we're only giants in technology and business, Anthony Joshua is the world's best heavyweight boxer. For those who watch boxing. Everybody is dancing to Nigerian music. And our traditional attires, especially our women's attires and headgears, have conquered Africa. Even our male attire, there's just something about that Nigerian swag. There's something about it. There's something about it. Let's face it. There's something about it. Whether they like it or not, we Nigerians are just exceptional. We're just different. Anywhere you go, you know a Nigerian. Don't you recognize a Nigerian when you see one? Anywhere you go, you can just tell that this one has to be a Nigerian. If you see somebody reading a book on how to become self-confident, know that it's not a Nigerian. We are born self-confident. The reason why we're so optimistic is because we know that we're the best. We know that we're going to excel. It may seem like it's taken a while, and there are many problems, but every one of the over 1,000 days that I have been vice president for, I grow stronger in my complete confidence that we're going to be the envy of the whole world in a few short years. Well, you might say that is optimistic. Why not? I'm a Nigerian. Happy Independence Day. God bless you all.
Two, three. We had to take a look at where we're coming from and where we are. And we thought harnessing our diversity for national development was the best that we could come up with at this point in time. Because we feel that this is the time where Nigerians must unite, come together, harness the skills that we have, ethnicities, religion, name them, whatever affiliations, to be able to move this nation forward. Because the truth of the matter is that God wasn't making a mistake when he made this entity Nigeria. He may have used men, but he had his reasons. So we decided that, look, we can do better as a nation, but our uniqueness is hidden in our differences. So we need to harness and bring out these differences to be able to project the real Nigeria on our inside.